It's because you guys are my people and I'm just a couple minutes late to everything. I'm ready to go. Okay, so I hope you have your notebook ready for tonight's call. And I have some exciting announcements. And I think if you don't write down announcements or screenshot them, by the end, I forget the announcements and I wrote them. So make sure you're doing that because things get lost in the team page because Facebook is whack. And I'm bringing whack back, guys. Because it is like it just jumbles everything in the team page. You can't mark everything as an announcement. And even so, like sometimes the announcements don't necessarily like, I don't know, just it can be just crazy on your phone, whatever. So I always make sure to have the important stuff highlighted on team calls. So I appreciate that you guys are here ready to rock and roll. So let's just get into it. Shouting out everybody who has changed a life for April. 22 lives changed. So shout out if you're on the board, and super mega shout out for everyone that has hit Success Club already. I'm going to give a special shout out to Allie and Kate, who are new coaches who have already hit Success Club. Allie hit Emerald last Thursday. She's been a coach for about a week and a half. And Kate is going to hit Emerald this Thursday, and they already have 3 to 4 coaches plus on their team and like no stopping. So shout out to you guys. And there's obviously a ton of month left. So just keep showing up every single day. Okay, let's get into, actually this is, I meant to update that. Sometimes I update it, it doesn't save when I download it, but there's actually 23. Last time I checked, new coaches added this week. You guys always slay Mondays. It's like hilarious because I like update this first thing in the morning and then I have to update it like throughout the day. It's freaking awesome. I love it. So that's phenomenal. Keep at it. Remember, if your goal is, like to really grow your business, your goal should be 2 people a week. That's going to really build residual income. It's going to help you rank advance your business continuously and just all the things. Obviously more money, so you're going to help more people. It's all the things. Super Weekend is happening this weekend. April happening. Geez, Rachel, get it together here with the announcements. But it's happening this weekend. So put in the chat where you are headed. If you are going to Grand Rapids in Michigan, that's where I'll be. Carl's going to be there. Then we're going to definitely get a flexi picture while we're there. Make sure you guys document it. We'll have a thread of everyone to drop their selfies. And if you Instagram story, tag me so I can reshare it on my Instagram story throughout the weekend and shout you guys out for moving your business forward. Super Weekend is, you just have to go experience it for yourself. I'm an introvert, so the first time I went, I think I probably pooped my pants on the way there. And then I just didn't talk to anybody the whole time I was there, but it was so fun. And I learned so much. The corporate video is always really good. Anyways, I don't have enough positive things to say about Super Weekend. So yeah. Summit tickets are on sale. Today's the last day that they're on sale, I think. Maybe it was yesterday. It might have been yesterday. Sorry. Okay, make sure you can still get it though. I might have the date wrong. But I know that hotels are all booked for Summit, but they will reopen. So make sure if you don't have a hotel room, just get on the wait list. And then if you get one, you can post in Flex hey, who needs a roommate? Or, if you need a room, I have a room or whatever, I'm sure you can figure it out easier than I can say it. And then I wanted to update you guys and let you know what to look for in the team pages as far as recognition goes. So raise your hand if you are motivated by recognition. Yeah, I should do 2 hands. I love recognition. And so I always enjoyed knowing what I should be working for to get recognized. That made me feel so good. So on Mondays, I shout out my personally sponsored coaches. So just in my VIP, Rachel's personally sponsored coaches page, I shout out the girls who are working from Emerald to Diamond because we know that our business truly begins when we hit that diamond rank. And then once you're an active diamond, you're highlighted on our team billboard in the team page. on Tuesdays in all of Flex Force fam, I was doing this every day, and then one of my coach friends was like, just do like once a week and make it like a super awesome shout out. So I'm gonna once a week shout out all the business builders for the past week. So if you signed up a coach in the past week, then you will be on this shout out. And the person who has the most coach signups will be highlighted like with their picture, and they'll be the top team builder. And I will be shouting you out publicly on my social media as well, on Instagram stories and on Facebook, so that your following can see that you're slaying as well. So look for that. If that's something that excites you, work for that. On Thursdays, I can only do this for my personally sponsored coaches. I just can't see everybody's, but I do. If you're my personally sponsored coach, you know, probably once you're an Emerald coach, you can start collecting team cycle bonus, and I can shout you out on the payday report. And I always highlight the coach who, besides like Scott or my mom, because they're just me, who made the most in team cycle bonus, because that means they're growing their team the most. And so I have that on there, but I also asked that on my PS ones that you participate in the post and share like what's working for you or what you're focusing on. There's always a prompt at the end. And I really enjoy those prompts, and I know other people look for them too, to like see what's working for other people. And then on Fridays, because on Mondays I do the whole team Success Club update. So on Fridays, I'll do my personally sponsored Success Club update. So if you have your own team, you can use this guide as well to like duplicate this into your own team. If you want to know how to run a report or something, just let me know and I can help you with that. Just reach out to me. It doesn't matter if you're my PS coach or not. And then this is my most exciting announcement, and then we'll get into the goods of the call tonight. But we have the amazing opportunity to participate in an epic push group before Summit with top coaches in the network. And I just want to tell you guys like that when I was I wasn't a baby coach, but Leo was a baby. So it was over 2 years ago. Like I remember being at home and nursing him and like watching the training videos. And I was a part of this group with, I'd only ever done it with like my upline or whatever, and getting to be a part of a push group that collabed with other leaders in the network was epic. I'm still a part of that group. I still refer back to the things that I learned in there, because success leaves clues, but there is more than one path to success, and that is so sexy. So all the people on here were all the coaches going to be leading this push group. It's going to be amazing. And if you don't know what a push group is, basically we're going to put you in a training group. It's a concentrated amount of time, and it's in time to get recognized for a rank advancement at Summit. So at Summit, if you're an Emerald coach, you get a ribbon to wear. You can see my ribbons hanging like on my, right there. And when you are Diamond and above, you get a medal that you wear, and people really like, you wear them around like all weekend. So if that's something that motivates you, that motivated me. I'm motivated by like just random, I feel like it's random stuff, but, and we'll do it in that time frame in order to be recognized at Summit. And we'll put you in this group. All 6 of us will deliver different types of trainings in there, and you'll get to collab with other girls or guys in there. And there is a $25 buy-in, and when you advance to Diamond during that group, you will split the pot. And like I said, when I did this, when Leo was a baby, I just opened my second business center, and I advanced my second business center to Diamond during that time. And I made like over $500, like just for like doing stuff I was doing anyways. Like it was awesome, and it was so fun, and I love learning. If you're not muted, can you mute yourself? I'm getting some feedback. I can't do it right now. So there are some requirements to get in that group. You need to be an Emerald coach paid. So you can't be inactive. You have to be paid with 2 active coaches underneath you by April 18th. And then you also have to have Success Club points on the board for April. I'll post those required on the team page, and then you can PayPal me the $25 to buy in, and then get added to the group. This group will kick off on 4/22, which is a Monday, and we have some exciting happening on that day too. So stay tuned for that. Okay. And this is embarrassing that it didn't download correctly. Hold on. Okay, and we're gonna get to. That has never happened before. Oh, there's some people. Okay, now we're gonna get to our kick-ass guest speaker tonight. We have Jessie Burr, who's now married. Well, she'll always be Jessie Burr to me. And she's a 2-star diamond. She's a Success Club 10 legend, you guys, for like 58 months, like 5 years, Success Club 10. She's also part of the Louisiana Market Council, which is a group of people who help put on the Super Saturdays. They don't help put them on, they do put them on. It's a big deal. And she's been a part of the 21-Day Fix Extreme and the Live 4 test group. And she just slays her business consistently. Obviously, over time, that longevity is so sexy. Like, she's not somebody who like hit 15-star like once and then was like, bye, I'm out of here. You know, like, she had consistent results forever in her business. So I'm really excited to hear from her tonight. And I'm going to make you, here you go, the spotlight speaker. And there you go, girl. Thank you for being here. Oh, wait, hold on. We can't hear you. Or I can't. Mm-mm. Telling you guys, Zoom has been crazy. If you guys were on or saw the recording from the Superstar Surge last night, like, Zoom was crazy. They were all like, this is wild. Okay, she's coming back. So, you guys, I hope you're all excited about the Dash to Diamond and beyond. I'll have all the requirements up right after this call, and I will mark it as an announcement in the team page so that hopefully everybody can see it. Look for that picture. I'll put that header of all of our faces too. Still can't hear you, babe. And yes, you will PayPal to me, and then I will transfer all of the PayPal people to the other Rachel, who's in the group, heading the group too. And I'll tell you guys, just while we're just chit-chatting here, that the info we have to give you, like, with structure, has been used by like, we got a guide and we're putting our personal the 6 of us flair on this, came from like the top diamond producer of coaches. Not that you can produce, I feel like you're producing people and that's weird, but you know what I mean? Like, she just like slays rank advancements. So we know that what we have to give you works and is the information that you need to know. It will just be up to you to implement that in your business. So if you are already a diamond and you want to push past that, make sure you still read the requirements when I post it, because it is a diamond and beyond group.
Rachel, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm on my phone.
Okay, it's okay.
I don't know why my computer isn't working. I think I'm just gonna have to do it from my phone.
That's totally fine.
Sorry, you guys. I've never had issues with Zoom, so I don't know why it is being funky.
Zoom is like whack the past couple days. Facebook, Zoom, they're all collabing. Okay, take it away, girl.
All right, you guys. So sorry, and I need to plug in my phone so that it doesn't die on you guys, because I obviously was not planning on doing this for my phone. So just give me one quick second. Okay. So I hope that you guys can hear me okay. I can't see anybody. So, and I don't know how to change that. Oh, wait, there we go. I can see a few people. Okay, so you can hear me, like thumbs up. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right, you guys. So I'm not gonna like bore you guys with a ton of my story. I do want to share a little bit about how I got started, just in case some of you guys can relate to it. But I really want you guys to be able to take something away with this call. I want you to be able to like go and take action and get to Success Club and really like pour belief into you guys, because 5 years ago, it's crazy to me that I've been doing this for it. It makes 5 years at the end of this month. I technically signed up like literally probably at midnight on April 30th. So my first day is kind of May 1st, but kind of not. And I didn't actually join to build a business. I wanted nothing to do with the business. I literally just wanted to get results and to get a discount on the shakes. So I signed up 5 years ago, and I told my coach, like, do not ever ask me to build a business. Do not ever tell me anything about the business. Like, literally don't. Okay, I don't want anything to do with it. I was working 2 part-time or full-time jobs when I started. So I really just didn't have the time. See how I put that in quotation marks, right? I didn't have the time. I was 58 pounds overweight, so I wasn't in shape to be a coach. I had all the excuses, right? I had all the excuses. I had all the hesitations. And I loved my life. I claimed that I loved my life and I loved what I was doing. And truth was, I was so unhappy with where I was at in my life and with my career and with my health that I needed this change, and I needed Beachbody more than I even realized it at the time. So when I signed up, I even told my coach, like, don't add me to a team page, because like I don't want anything to do with that. But she added me anyway, and I saw all of these coaches that were getting amazing results, and I knew that something was still missing, because I was doing the programs, I was doing 21 Day Fix, I was drinking the shake, but like I wasn't getting as great of results as I could have. And I realized that the missing piece was coaching. The missing piece was that accountability, that as you share your journey, and you start to like really help other people, is when you help yourself most, right? Like, does anyone else agree with that? When you start helping other people, you start getting better results, because one, if I'm telling my mom, my best friend, my cousin, my husband, all these people that I wanted to sign up, if I'm telling them that they had to eat right, and that they had to work out, and that they had to drink the shake, and they had to do all the things, I had to do it too. So 2 months after I signed up as a coach, I actually started to build my business. So it took me 2 months to realize that. And I wish I would have realized it from the start, but I didn't, and that's okay. It was, just in my time. So like I said, when I joined, I was working 2 full-time jobs. I was in the wedding planning industry. If any of you are in that industry or know anybody in that industry, it is hell. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of exhaustion and not a lot of money. So I ended up like being able to walk away from that job, as well as a retail job I was working, a year and a half into this business. But it took a lot of hard work, and it took a lot of heart and hustle. So I want to talk to you guys about it, because maybe some of you, that might be your goal, to be able to walk away from your full-time jobs. Maybe that's not on your radar at all. Like, that's not what you want to do, and that's totally fine. But I want to share with you guys, because I know that Success Club is the key in all of it. I would have never been able to do what I've done with my business, to be able to stay at home. I don't have any kids, so I have a dog. She's like laying on the ground right here. I'm surprised she's not being annoying, because my husband's not home, so usually he distracts her during these calls. But I get to stay home with her. When one day we have children, I will get to stay home with them. And I get to do this full time. And it's just been an amazing blessing. But it would not have happened had I not made the decision, because I truly believe Success Club is a decision and it's a choice. If I had not made that decision to help other people and pay this gift forward, I wouldn't be here. So I'm going to kind of go over a few of the things that I feel like hold people back from hitting Success Club. Maybe you can relate to these. Some of this, you guys, might not be new information, but I do really think that it will be helpful for you guys, or at least I hope it will be. Okay, so first thing is, how often do we not do what we know we need to do to move our businesses forward? I'm going to repeat that. How often do we not do the things that we know we need to do to move our businesses forward? Inviting. That's probably like the number one thing that y'all probably don't do if you're not hitting Success Club. Inviting, using your tracker, doing your workouts, using, the getting on the national wake calls, getting on team calls like this, personal development, posting, following your meal plans, right? Like all those things we know will move our businesses forward, but it's really easy not to do. How many of you guys, and I can't see all of your hands, like this whole call, I wanted to see your faces, but how many of you guys work full-time, like a 9-to-5 normal full-time job? I'm assuming majority of you guys probably work full-time. I see a few hands up. Okay, so for those of you who work full-time, and even if you don't, even if you do this full-time, it's really easy to get caught up in other things that are going on in our lives and not do those daily tasks, not do this tracker, when we know that's what's going to move our businesses forward. And it's checking out is easier than checking in. Like getting real with ourselves and being like, okay, what did I actually do Beachbody-wise today? Like, did I do work? Did I just play around on Facebook thinking that I worked, right? Did I scroll on Instagram for 30 minutes and claim that I was working when I really wasn't working, right? So you've got to understand that if you want this business, if you want to be successful in this business, if you want to hit Success Club, you've got to do those things, even if you don't feel like it, you guys. You're not going to be motivated every single day and want to work your business. I know when I had 80-hour work weeks, when I worked a normal job, coming home and inviting people and coming home and sending out those messages or following up with people or even making a post was exhausting to me. Like I was like, ugh, like I really don't feel like doing it. I would much rather binge watch Grey's Anatomy than like show up, right? But I knew that if I wanted to be able to walk away from my job, I knew that I had to do it anyway. So understand that there are going to be days where it's easier for you to not do the work. Most of the time, it's easier for you to not do the work because you don't have a boss telling you, go do it, right? You can't technically get fired from this job because no one is sitting here like making sure that you are doing your vital behaviors. I mean, yes, I'm sure Rachel or your upline like holds you accountable to some extent, but at the end of the day, it's up to you, right? It's up to you to get that work done. So you've got to make that decision because again, it's a decision on whether or not you want this business bad enough, right? So that's the first thing is like figuring out why you're here. Why are you here? And my biggest tip for you guys is find something worth fighting for. If you sit here and you tell me, and you guys don't get offended at this, but like I'll ask someone why they want to coach. Why, like, what's your why? I want to help people. Okay, well, that's great. And I love helping people too. But is that going to make you get up off your ass, off the sofa and go invite people? No, because like you're tying your why to someone else. So like, and that person doesn't even know that they're part of your why, right? You're like, oh, I want to help people. I want to help the girl that was the old Jessie. Well, there's a bazillion old Jessies out there, right? And they have no idea that I want to help them. So when I don't do the work, they're not let down, right? Because they had no idea that they're even part of that why, right? But if I don't do the work for my why, which is I want to provide a certain lifestyle for my family. I want to provide a certain lifestyle for my husband. I want to be able to go and travel the world with him. I want to be able to, when I one day have kids, to be at home with them, right? Like that is a way bigger, stronger why that will actually get me off my sofa versus me saying I want to help people. Because again, you guys, yes, you have to want to help people. You can't just like be selfish and do this just for you, but you have to have a strong enough why that's going to make you do it when you don't feel like doing it. That's going to make you do it when people are making fun of you. That's going to make you do it when it gets hard, because this is not sunshine and rainbows. Like, I think a lot of times we say we want to be a top 10, we say we want to be elite, we say we want to be a diamond coach or even an emerald coach, but we're not willing to do the work that it takes to get there. So we see all these coaches that are star diamond coaches, and maybe you look up to Rachel and you're like, she's a 7-star diamond or a, you know, like elite coach. Like, I would love to do that. But Rachel's working her butt off. Like, she's not just sitting here, right, having like making one post and then like having 30 people reach out to her, right? Like, she's having to put in the effort. And so I see a lot of times coaches that say they want what I have or what Rachel has or what, you know, the top 10 coaches or whoever you're following, that you're like, man, I wish I had that kind of business, or I wish, you know, I could do that. Well, guess what, you guys? They work for it. They show up. They do the things that they don't want to do all the time because they know it's going to move their businesses forward. So you first have to decide, make that decision right here, right now, that you're going to hit Success Club. You're going to do the things that move your business forward, whether you feel like it or not. And you find that why that's worth, like something that's worth fighting for. And again, it can't be you want to help people. Like, that's great. And that's a great attribute to have. And you have to have a passion and you have to have a heart in this, right? Like, we're not just selling someone a program. No offense to any other MLM, but like, I don't just sell someone a tube of lipstick and then send them along their way, right? Like, I help someone change their life. So yes, I have to have that passion and desire, but I cannot put my why on someone else. And I see a lot of people do this too. Like, you use your kids as your why. Okay, well, like, it has to be a little bit deeper than that, because your kid's not going to tell you, mom, go work, right? Go send out those invites, go do things, right? Like, you've got to find something within you that's worth fighting for. And again, your kid could tie into it, but it really has to be like deep, heartfelt why, right? So that's the second thing. The third thing that I see a lot of people slack on is prioritizing your time, you guys. Again, if you work full time, or even if you don't and you're busy, this usually gets pushed to the side. If you have something worth fighting for, it shouldn't, but it does sometimes. And I get it. Like, I have gone through this business and I've been through some, I'm trying not to curse because I see some children. And I'm sorry, I am a cursor, so I have to like control myself sometimes. But I've been through some crapola, okay? Like, some really awful things in the last 5 years. You know, one of my best friends and his father were murdered unexpectedly in their home 3 years ago. Something that obviously at 25, I should not have had to deal with. Like, I should not have lost somebody to a senseless crime at 25. Could I have used that as an excuse to stop growing my business? Yes. Could I have used that as an excuse to say, well, I just lost somebody, I'm dealing with this, right? Like, I'm dealing with this, so I don't have time to do my business, or I can't, you know, I have to go MIA for a week. No. Was I happy on social media? No. Was I, you know, doing everything that I normally do? No. I did unplug. I did take that time to grieve and figure out what the heck was going on in my life. But I never once just backed off on my business. And I see this happen all the time. And it is crazy to me. Like, when life happens, people are like, oh, I got to back away from Beachbody. I have to take a step back. When really you should be leaning into it, because this community is what got me through that. This business is what got me through that. So you've got to understand that you've got to treat this like a business if you want it to pay out like a business. We all know that, right? I'm sure you've heard that saying. But I see people are, oh, I'm sick this week, so I didn't post anything. I'm like, okay, so if you're sick and you don't show up to your job for a week, what would happen? You would get fired, probably. I would assume that your boss would be like, yeah, you're gone if you don't show up for a full week, or, you know, whatever, like, not even letting people know what was going on, right? You've got to show up through the shit, right? Like you've got to. And you've got to do that by prioritizing your time. And again, I get that things come up, and I'm not saying that like this business should come before your family or before emergencies, but you still have to show up in some way, shape, or form. Did I send out invites that day or even that week? Probably not. I don't remember. It was all a blur, to be honest, but I still showed up. I still kind of sort of let people know what was going on because I couldn't fully disclose everything that was happening because we had no idea at that time what was going on. So, you know, we didn't really have answers at the time. So like I couldn't say, oh, one of my friends was killed, right? But I could say I'm dealing with something right now, super personal, and you know, I'm here still. I'm showing up. I went into my team. I leaned on them. I went into my challenge group and told my girls somewhat was going on, right? So just know that like this community can be your saving grace, but you've got to lean into it. If you lean out of it when shit happens, you're just doing yourself a disservice, okay? So prioritize your time, even when you're not going through anything. Like you need to prioritize your time with this. You guys, I don't know if who here actually uses this like on a day-to-day basis or some type of tracker. It might not be this exact one. Like every day you mark off the things, right? If you are not doing that, you guys, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing your business a disservice. I tell this to my team, you can't leave your personal growth to randomness. Where randomness lies, mediocrity reigns. So let me repeat that. You can't leave your personal growth, your business growth, your life growth to randomness. Where randomness lies, mediocrity reigns. If you are like randomly doing Beachbody work, you end up not doing anything. And I've been there. I sat down to work and then I'm like, shoot, the last hour went by real fast and I don't even know what I just got done, because most of the time it's like me getting caught up in watching stupid videos on Facebook or on Instagram, or like falling down the rabbit hole of like stalking a girl that I went to high school with to see what she's doing in her life. Like that's not me working, right? That's not me doing actions that move my business forward. So this right here is golden. They created this for a reason because they know it works. Use it. Use the little time. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's like little time frames on here that you can set a timer when you sit down to get your Beachbody work done. Set a timer and follow it, because I promise you, it makes a world of difference. Okay. And I took notes, by the way, because if not, I would just ramble for an hour. So that's the third thing, is prioritizing your time. The fourth is what you focus on is going to spread, you guys. So what I mean by that is if you are focused on negativity, if you go into a certain action like inviting, and I use inviting a lot because I feel like that's a lot of people's weak points. You don't invite because you're scared, or you don't invite for whatever reason. So if you go into it with a negative mindset, that's what's going to come. Like if you go into it like, oh, no one's going to want to join me, and no one's going to want to join my team, or everyone's going to tell me no, that's what you're going to get back, you guys. Or if you go into it thinking, oh, I hate inviting, I hate working out, I hate doing this, then that's what's going to come back to you. Like if you hate inviting, if you go into inviting, you're not gonna have any joy in that, right? Like I love inviting. I find so much joy in the fact that I can potentially help someone change their life. Had I not been invited to this business, had I not been invited to this opportunity, I don't know where I would be, right? So I always think of that. Like, what if my coach had not invited me? What if my coach had not reached out to me for 8 months straight? Because I ignored her most of the time. What if my coach had not, that final month when she reached out to me when I was at my breaking point, to the point where I was contemplating taking my own life, what if she didn't reach out to me? Where would I be? Probably wouldn't be here, if I'm being completely honest. So you've got to get over yourself. You've got to get over the fear, and you've got to focus and make it fun. Like make hitting Success Club fun, instead of being like, I have to hit Success Club, I have to invite people, I have to have conversations. Like go into it and be like, I get to do this. Like part of your job, you guys, is to help people. How freaking amazing is that? Part of our job is to post on social media, is to share our journeys, is to get to make friends all across the freaking world. That's amazing, right? That's awesome. You should be excited to invite people, because I know that had I not been invited, I wouldn't be here. Had I not been invited, I don't know what would have happened. And the coaches and the customers that I've invited that have joined me, that have changed their lives, I was a small part of that. I didn't do it for them. They did it, right? So I don't take any credit for helping or for getting someone to lose weight or getting someone to, make an income with this business, because they do that work, but I invited them. So I do play a small part in that. And you get to play a small part in helping someone truly change their life. So instead of going into it with a negative mindset, change it to a positive one, you guys. Change it to I get to do this, instead of I have to. Okay. Bring the joy into your business. If it's not fun for you to run a challenge group, make it fun. Do it the way you would want to do it. Do it the way that, if maybe your coach does it a certain way and you don't like that, like, change it up. Do it the way that you love to do it, because negativity can spread like wildfire, but so can joy. And only one of those things serves somebody else, right? So you've just got to make sure that you are bringing joy into your business, because people can read through that too. If you're posting and you're sharing and you're even inviting people and you're not truly enjoying what you're doing, people are going to see it. People are going to feel that. And I know it sounds weird because we're not in person with each other, but the world has come to, the social media world nowadays. Like, you can feel when someone's being fake. You can feel when someone's not truly happy, right? You can see it in their eyes. I know it sounds so weird, but it's so true. So be joyful in your business. And again, instead of saying I have to do this, to I get to do this. Instead of saying I have to do this tracker, I get to do this tracker, and I'm proud to do this tracker, and I'm excited to do this tracker, right? So what you focus on is going to spread. If you continue to focus on the negativity, you guys, if you can continue to focus on all the no's, or all the objections, or all the crap your best friend's saying about you, because she's super jealous of this and she's not going to admit that, right? But she's just going to try and bring you down. Like, if that's what you focus on, that's what's going to grow. So what are you giving attention to? I want you to really think about that. Are you giving attention to the negativity? Are you giving attention to every other coach out there that's successful and you're like comparing yourself to them? Are you giving attention to objections or limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, or past failures or past mistakes? Or are you giving attention to the small wins that you are having, your client success, the small paychecks, or even the big paychecks that you're receiving? Like, that is what you need to focus on, the positive things that are growing in your business and helping your business grow, because that's what's going to help you get to success. That's what's going to help you see success in this business. So one thing that I wrote down was intermittent attention is the cause of fleeting motivation. So this was, I went to a Brendan Burchard. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He spoke at Summit a few years ago. I went to a Brendan Burchard conference a few months ago, like 2 months ago. If you ever get a chance to go, you guys, highly recommend it. It's called High Performance Academy. It was in Phoenix. It's amazing. And that was one of the quotes that he said, and it really stuck to me. And one of the things he said is, like, all these people write down, everyone in the beginning of the year writes down New Year's goals or New Year's resolutions. And maybe you guys probably did that. You made your vision boards, right? Most of you probably made a vision board with all the goals you set for yourself and your business for this year. But when's the last time that you actually looked at those goals? Or like, and I say that and everyone's like, oh, I look at my goals every day. Well, guess what? This vision board back here has become wall art. Okay. I don't look at it like I should every single day. I don't read each goal like I should every single day. So when I say intermittent attention is the cause of fleeting motivation, if you don't have your goals or your why present in front of you at all times, you guys, it's going to be extremely hard for you to go after them. It's going to be extremely hard for you to stick with the actions that are getting you closer to those goals, right? So one of the things he recommends is writing your goals down every single morning. Because then when you go to sit down for work, you're going to remember your why. You're going to remember those goals right here, and you're going to give it attention. You're going to be focusing on those goals so that you can actually do the work, right? Instead of being like, oh, well, I could make a graphic for my challenge group versus inviting, but if your goal is Success Club, if your goal is to be a Success Club all-star or a legend or whatever, and you don't have that in your mind at all times, or, when you're sitting down and your Beachbody work, it's going to be a lot easier for you to back off of that, right? It's going to be a lot easier for you to not do what's going to move your business forward towards that goal, right? So I highly recommend you guys to write down your goals every day. If you want to hit Success Club, and I keep saying Success Club because that's just the one thing that I have been so consistent in. I am not a 10-star diamond coach, you guys. I am a 2-star diamond. I've had about 7 to 8 lifetime diamonds on my team. They just can't seem to hold it all at the same time, but it is what it is. But the thing is I make a full-time income with this. So like, I'm not a 6-figure earner. I'm not, but I'm successful in this. I believe I'm successful in this because I get to stay home. I get to do what I want to do, and I'm growing my income every year. And Success Club has been the key to that. So I'm bringing that up because I know that a lot of you guys are like, well, I can just sign up one person and it's fine. But at the end of the day, Success Club is the foundation of this business. And if you're not hitting Success Club, you have no business. You have a hobby. That's the truth. And I know that's kind of like a gut check to some people, but it's the truth. If you are not hitting Success Club, you don't have a business. You have a hobby. You'll help someone every once in a while thing. That's not a business, right? So you've got to be hitting Success Club every single month and make it a decision. I go into the beginning of my month saying Success Club 10 or higher. I usually aim for 20 to 30. When I first started as a coach, like that seems so scary. So I started at 10. I was like, all right, I'm going to aim for 10. And as I continued to hit 10, I was like, okay, this is easy, right? I need to challenge myself. I'm going for 10 because I know I can hit 10. So now I go for 20, 30, 40, 50, right? So if you go into it, like I go into the beginning of my month, every month saying, I'm going to hit Success Club 10 or higher, right? Success Club 10 is like non-negotiable for me, but I'm going to hit Success Club 10 or higher, right? And I believe that I can do it. I know it sounds so weird because I'm like, even if I have no leads or nobody from last month that said maybe or whatever, I'm like, man, what if, like, I never go into it saying, what if no one wants to join me? I'm like, I have to find the people, right? I've got to go talk to people. If you're not having conversations with new people, if you're continuously following up with the same 10 people that you followed up with for the last year, you're probably not going to get any yeses because you're not having any conversations, right? And I'm not saying not to follow up with people, you guys. I follow up with people every single month. That's another key in my success is I'll follow up with you until the pigs are flying. Like I'm going to keep following up with you until you tell me to leave you the heck alone, which has only happened 3 times to me in the last 5 years, okay? Most of the time, they're like, thank you so much for continuously following up with me. Thank you for never giving up on me, right? Even if they ignore me, even if they don't respond to me, like I am still going to follow up with you. If you're creeping on my stories, if you're loving my stuff, if you're still following me, I'm going to reach out to you and I'm going to extend that invite because it's my responsibility to do that. I think it's really selfish when people don't want to share this opportunity. Because like I said, you guys, I had hit my breaking point in my life. And when my coach reached out to me, it's what I needed. And I ignored her for 8 months. But at that moment, it was exactly what I needed. It was a sign that I was looking for. And it was my way out of where I was at. So for me, like, had I not, had she not reached out to me, I wouldn't be here. Right. So I say that because I want you guys to understand that, yes, you've got to have new conversations, but don't give up on those people that told you no either. Okay. And then confidence in this business, you guys, is so important. What I learned is real confidence comes from your belief and your ability to figure things out. So I'm not saying you can't ask your upline if you have a question or you can't ask your upline for help. I know that Rachel provides you guys with trainings. I know that Rachel and your uplines probably have given you guys some awesome tools. But don't rely on your coaches to see success in this, you guys. Like, go be resourceful. I didn't have an upline that helped me with anything. My upline didn't plug me into a challenge group. My upline, she plugged me into a team page for upline's team page, and that was about it. So for me, I learned on YouTube. That's how I grew my business. YouTube, National Wake Up Calls, and Google. So, like, be resourceful. Don't blame your coach. Don't blame Beachbody. Don't blame every Instagram or even Facebook for why you're not successful. Because the only thing that is standing between you and where you want to be is you. It's the only thing that's standing in between you and where you want to be. It's your mindset. It's your disbelief in this. It's your disbelief in yourself. So you've got to gain confidence in yourself. And again, focus on those small wins. It doesn't matter if you've talked to 100 people and they all told you no. What if that next person is going to be that yes, right? What if you help someone lose 10 pounds, right? Like, that's what you should be focusing on, the good that can come from this, the positive things that can come from this. And that's going to give you confidence. If you don't have confidence in yourself, you guys, do a program from start to finish. I know that seems so simple and so like, okay, how's that going to help me in my business? If you let a program, one of our programs, truly change your life, you'll be so much more confident talking about it. I know for me, like I said, when I first did 21 Day Fix, I wasn't getting the maximum results because I wasn't really drinking my shake every day. I didn't have that accountability group to hold me accountable, which is why I created my own. But I didn't have like that accountability. So I used coaching as my accountability. I knew if I started to share my journey on Facebook, whether or not people were watching me, I was putting myself out there. So hopefully I would get results at the end of 21 days. If I say, hey, I'm doing a 21-day program, watch me change my life, I'm more likely to do it versus me just trying to do it on my own, right? And guess what? I started getting results. I lost 60 pounds with this with 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme, and I've been able to maintain that because I've continued to use Beachbody or coaching as my accountability. So if you don't have belief in the business or belief in yourself yet, do a program from start to finish, and I promise you are going to notice a huge difference in your confidence in yourself. Because one, you're going to feel freaking bomb.com, right? You'll be like walking around your house naked and being so excited to like just feel good. And then when you're talking to people, I wanted to share this with everybody when I started feeling that good. Like I was like, I want my mom doing this. I want my family and my friends doing this, because I felt so dang confident in my skin and in who I was becoming that I wanted everyone in this world to feel the same way that I was feeling. So of course it was easy for me to, jump in and get results and share that. So if you don't have that confidence, that's my biggest suggestion for you guys. And then the last thing that I noticed a lot of people let themselves, or I guess that let them hold them back. Chill out. She's like freaking out. My dog. Is not having support from your family or from your spouse, or caring about what people think. So this is like key to me, because I have a lot of girls who used to struggle with not having spouse support or not having family support. And yes, it would be so much easier for you to grow a business if your spouse was supportive. It would be so much easier if your family was supportive of you. But at the same time, your family's progress is not required for your success. Your family support is not required for your progress or your success. You can be successful even if they're not supportive. Monty Mitro's husband was not supportive of her. Okay, and now look at her, right? You think he's probably kicking himself in the butt for saying no when she first started. But use that as motivation. Like, my husband was never not supportive of me, but he didn't really know what this was, right? He didn't really understand it. So like, I had to show him, I had to prove to him that it was worth me putting in the effort. So that's really all I got for you guys. If you guys have questions, I know it's getting a little bit right at 8. So I didn't know if you guys had questions or anything. Rachel, do you have any questions?
You guys feel free. We'll do just a couple minutes of questions before Jessie and I are flapping team calls tonight. So we'll hop off to do hers, but, everybody always has questions, so we'll give it just a hot second. And I love, like, first of all, your quotes. Like, I feel like you were just like, you were a personal development book. Like, it was so good.
I love personal development, and those quotes were not mine, you guys. I didn't like make them up. Okay, I'm not like that motivational. I write. I listen to personal development. Let me let my dog out because she's gonna just keep crying. You've heard my husband come home. Tyler, can you let her out? Sorry. So personal development is also, that's something I did not write down, but personal development is like key in your success, you guys. If you're not reading personal development, you're not doing the vital behaviors, you're not building your business, you're not doing the things that will move your business forward. Oh, I also forgot to say too, you guys, consistency, like I know you probably heard this over and over again, like be consistent, be consistent. How you show up in your day-to-day actions is how your customers or potential customers are going to think you're going to show up for them. So if you go MIA for a week, every other week, sorry, I'm just turned my computer off and turned it on. If you go MIA for a week and come back and then go MIA for a week and come back, guess what? People see that and they're going to be like, well, why would I sign up with you if you're going to go MIA on me every week? Like, that's really important that you stay consistent. It's like if you owned a store, like if you owned, I don't know, a yoga studio or something like that, and you opened your doors at a specific time, Monday through Saturday, right? And then all of a sudden you like weren't open. Your yoga students, the people that would come to your store, or the people that would pass by your store that were thinking about coming to your store would be like, oh, I wonder if she's still open, right? And they might come every now and again to see if you're open, but eventually they're just going to go find another yoga studio. It's the same thing with this business. If you are MIA, I'm not saying you have to be glued to your phone at all times, but if you are not consistent in sharing your journey, you guys, and you go MIA every Monday or every other week or whatever, or go MIA for a month, like that's just people are going to see that and they're going to be like, well, I don't want to join someone who's that inconsistent in their business or that inconsistent in coaching, because that's how they're going to be for me. So make sure you are super, super consistent in sharing your journey and doing the behaviors that are going to move your businesses forward.
I love that. Like, even if, like you said, like, especially with Instagram stories now, it's so easy to let your followers know, like, why you're having an off day or why you're unplugging for the day, but then you're showing up in some capacity. You can't do that every day, but that, so people are wondering, like you said, like, hey, I wonder if she's open. Like, wouldn't that kill you? Like, if you're like, reflect and think, if my followers came to my page, would they wonder if I'm still coaching? And if you're not sure, that probably answers your question. If you're using a tracker, then they would know that you're working, because that's part of the tracker. I have a question, and I know Tiffany just put one in here. Are you running your business? Where are you running your business primarily right now?
Instagram. Yeah, I used to use Facebook. When I first started, Instagram wasn't like a thing, you guys. I feel like an old grandma saying that. Like, I used to use the DVDs back in the day. But yeah, Instagram like was nothing. Like, it was not a thing. So about a year and a half probably like 2 to 3 years into my business, I didn't even have Instagram. And I've been coaching for almost 5 years. So like the last 2 years has really been where I've started to focus on my Instagram and growing there. I would say 90% of my business is built on Instagram. You know, like my customers, my coaches come from Instagram. I still have people on Facebook that follow me and that, you know, I connect with, but most people are, you know, on Instagram. So that's where my business is primarily built.
Awesome.
I can't see the questions because I'm on my phone. So
that's okay. I'll field them for you. And then Tiffany asked, what is one of your favorite personal development books?
Ooh, I have so many. Anything Rachel Hollis, of course. I love Brendan Burchard. So the High Performer Academy is what I went to, but the High Performance Habits, I actually have it right here, is one of my favorites. Tony Robbins is also Weekend the Giant Within is one of my favorites. 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. I'm reading Leaders Eat Last right now by Simon Sinek. I listen, by the way, I listen to PD. I don't read, actually read books. I just listen to them when I can. So, those are probably my favorites. The Energy Bus is probably, I'll send Rachel a list of like my favorites. The Energy Bus I read in a day, you guys. It's such an easy read. I actually read the book because someone had given it to me. So good. I think James Goodwin. I don't even know who the author is. I think it's something Goodwin.
That one's so good too, because it's like a story with personal development. So it's different than like feel good about goals and stuff. You know, it's like different than that. So that one is by John Gordon, Jessie said. So
Mel Robbins is amazing too. Like I said, the 5-second rule. She has a few other things right now. It's audio. It's only audio, but there was something she did, like a case study that listens to that, which was really good. I don't remember the name of it. I don't know. I have a lot. I can send you guys a list of my all-time favorites.
that would be awesome. Okay, guys, we have to go. Time is up. So thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, Jessie. And you guys go crush it. It's just, I don't think you heard anything that you didn't already know, but you've heard it from someone who's been doing it for longer than you have, longer than I have. So for sure longer than you have. So get after it, guys. Go crush the rest of your Monday. And thanks for being on live. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.